Connor, if you order a water or something, get it out. Hopefully we're right here.
Is there anywhere I can fill up? I will. Yo, Connor, you want to put it into my water so that we can just share it?
Can you just type it in?
CD Sport. CD Sport video. All one word. Open up.
All of 773 now, but
Yeah.
now it's 87, right? Yeah, good luck. So just stream down there.
Yeah. Website, when you get there, you get to click on the right thing.
Okay, got it. Thank
Yeah, stand up.
Yeah.
We're not switching sides.
Get down for 13, 15 rests.
15 right? They're gonna be tough.
Bro, the stream is...
Watching more Belmont?
I slapped all day to that. I know. You said if I bought, whoever will die.
I don't care if he wins.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the semifinals for both the boys and the girls NSCHSAA varsity bowling. Before we get started for practice, we would ask everyone to please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. wish good luck to all teams, and everybody should begin practice. Thank you.
Cool. And then you remember, like, pay attention. Sometimes it's hard to talk about stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wantagh Lanes for the NSCHSAA Varsity Bowling Semifinals. Over the next 2 days, these 4 schools will compete with one goal in mind, and that is a championship title for their school. The 4 teams competing will be the Chaminade Flyers, the St. John the Baptist Cougars. That's going to be the first matchup of these semifinals. On the right side will be St. Anthony's Friars taking on the Kellenberg Firebirds. Both matches will be happening at the same time, and we will see who will win. For the Flyers on the A lane, it's going to be James Clark, Sebastiano Lojudice, and Alex Fiorello. On the B lane, it's going to be Kieran Hickes, Michael Cohen, and Chris Erb. Going up against them for St. John the Baptist on the A lane, it's Ethan Asa, Dylan Adamson, and Joseph Palladino. On the B lane, it's Luke DeMeo, Elias Greff, and Connor Roscott. Practice has finished, and these 2 schools on our left side and on the right side are both ready to go. It seems like there's a ball stuck in the 5th lane, which is the B lane for the St. John the Baptist versus Chaminade matchup, so the schools have yet to begin. And while they're fixing the technical difficulty on the left side with the ball in the middle of the lane, I'll talk a little bit about Kellenberg and St. Anthony. St. Anthony's comes into this match with an undefeated season going, 12-0 for Kellenberg. They have a .500 record of 6-6. On the A lane for Kellenberg will be Michael DeRosa, Matthew Ippolito, and Connor Volpicello. For the B lane for the Kellenberg Firebirds will be Michael Inicelli, Quinlan Peters, and John Sindone. St. Anthony starters for today, Emmett Boxer on the A lane, along with Lucas Bridges and Vinny Ferrara. For the B lane, Anthony Mahoney, Gavin Vodarchik, and Michael Galley will be the starters going up against Kellenberg's B squad. The teams in their final huddles before these matches begin. There's a look at Kellenberg huddle as they get set to play. Now we're going to look at St. John the Baptist here, discussing things over one more time. Here's Chaminade, led by Coach Greg Gerner. So the teams start to break the huddle. Lanes 5 and 6 will be the B lane for St. John the Baptist versus Chaminade. 3 and 4 will be the A lane. For the B lane, to start it off for the St. John the Baptist versus Chaminade matchup will be Luke DeMeo and Kieran Hickes leading things off. A squad, Joe Palladino will be leading it off for St. John the Baptist, and for Chaminade will be James Clark. Here's the first bowl for Luke DeMeo, and he knocks down 8 pins, leaving the 6 and the 10 pin off. Here's Hickes on the B lane, and he gets a strike to start things off. So a pretty good start for Chaminade. Hickes bowls the strike. Here's DeMeo for his spare. And he knocks it down. That's the spare. Here's Michael Cohen for Chaminade. On lane 6 for the B lane, leaves 1 pin standing. That 4 pin still remaining for Chaminade. Elias Greff leaves 1 pin standing. Michael Cohen. Spinning it back toward that final pin, catches the left side of it, knocks it down for the spare. On lane 4 for the spare was Sebastiano Lojudice, and he knocks it in. Now we'll look over at Kellenberg and St. Anthony's squad. Emmett Boxer with that shot. Leaving 1 pin standing, it seems. Back over to St. John the Baptist versus Chaminade. We're on lane 5. It's Connor Roscott who leaves that 10-pin standing. There's Alex Fiorillo on the A lane for Chaminade. Got 7 in his first shot. He's got a split attempt coming. Just barely misses that last pin on the right. Knocks 2 out of 3 down. Gets the 9 with the open frame. Started off for the anchor on the A team. Here's Connor Roscott for the spare, and he gets it in. St. John the Baptist has started things off with 3 spares. Excuse me, a strike, a spare, and a strike. For the B lane for Chaminade, they've had 3 straight spares. Luke DeMeo leaves 1 pin standing for the Cougars. Hickes leaves 2 for the Flyers. Jared Hickes for his spare attempt on lane 5. And he catches both pins, completing the spare. He's got 2 straight spares. Michael Cohen on the left side of your screen, about to attempt, and now Luke DeMeo going for his spare, and he misses it right. With an open frame on a second frame. Here's Cohen, leaving 3 pins up. Ethan Asa just gets the strike. That last pin tips over at the end. That's the strike, and now we're on lane 6, a 10-7 split. Shout out to Coach Fitch. Fitz watching in South Bend. Longtime Chaminade bowling coach. Here's a look at Chris Erb on lane 5 on the right side of your screen. It's Eli Greff, and he knocks down 1 of the 2. Knocks down that 7-pin. Hardest split in bowling, that 10-7, and Chris Erb gets the strike on lane 5. Back over to look at Kellenberg versus St. Anthony's. Shot down that 13th lane, gets the strike. Perfect place. Ball. There's a shot for the Firebirds. Knocks down all 10 on lane 12. Nice strike for the Firebirds. Here's a look at the Friars on lane 14. I believe a tough split coming up. Split is unable to be converted. None of the pins get knocked down. Here's lane 13. That shot leaves 2 standing. So it'll be knocked down. So an open frame there. Lane 15 as 1 pin gets left up on that shot. Lane 14, spare attempt. 1 pin left standing, so 9 pins on that frame. Here's the Firebirds now. It's up the spare on lane 13. There's a shot lane 15 for the spare. Can't get that last pin to fall. Shot for the Firebirds, lane 13, gets the strike. Nice shot. Here's Mahoney for St. Anthony's. Lane 14, only knocks one of the 2 down that he needed for his spare. Leaves the open frame. Firebirds on lane 16, 1 pin left standing. Now lane 15 shot for the Firebirds. Can't knock down the spare. Got 2 pins remaining, couldn't get either of them. Shot on lane 12, leaves 2 pins standing, 6 and the 10 pins still up. Shot for the Friars, lane 13, knocks down 7. On lane 16 for the spare, just misses to the right of the pin. Now back to the Flyers and the Cougars. Kieran Hickus gets a strike on lane 5. Here's Ethan Asa for the spare, can't get it. Excuse me, did get it. Michael Cohen is on lane 5. Luke DeMaio gets his spare. Now Michael Cohen, lane 5 for the Flyers. Leaves him with a tough split. Unlucky break. Looked like he hit that left center of the middle pin. Dylan Adamson gets strike there. Here's Cohen, 5 pins remaining for the spare. And he gets down 4 of them, leaving an open frame on the tough split. Flyers B lane leads the Cougars B lane 171 to 145. On the A lane, the Flyers leading it 216 to 180. Here's the Cougars for the spare on the B lane. Eli Ref gets the spare. There's Herb on lane 5 for the B lane, and he gets the strike. James Clark gets a strike on lane 4 for the Flyers on the A lane. 236 to 198. Here's lane 6. Connor Roscott gets the spare for St. John the Baptist. Hickus on lane B. Gets the strike on the 6th lane. Nice shot. Here's the Mayo, gets 7 down on his first shot in the 5th frame. 3 pins left for him. Here's Cohen on lane 6 for the Chaminade B lane. And he leaves him with another split. That's back-to-back splits. Lejudice for his spare, gets it to go on lane 4 for the Chaminade A squad. Tough split for Ethan Asa for St. John the Baptist. Can't convert, leaves 2 standing. Alex Fiorillo leaves 1 standing on his first shot. Cohen can't complete that tough split. Leaves 1 standing. Open frame for him. Back to St. Anthony's versus Kellenberg. Here's Emmett Boxer for St. Anthony's on the 12th lane, gets the spare. Spare on 13 for St. Anthony's. He's on the 16th lane, leaves 2 standing. Lane 15 for the spare attempt, gets that final pin to fall. Here's Gavin Wladharczyk for the Friars. Lane 13 gets the strike. Wladharczyk, a junior out of Holtzville, to the St. Anthony's B squad. Shot for Kellenberg on lane 11. That leaves a tough split. 3 pins remaining. 4-7 in the 10. Lane 14 gets a strike. There's lane 15, cleans up the spare. Lane 14, 4 pins get left standing. From Michael Galley. There's a look at the scoreboard. That's Kellenberg, St. Anthony's B lane with 133 and Kellenberg's B lane with 148. Now here's a little look here for the A lane. There's Mahoney. Right of him on lane 15, missed spare attempt. Mahoney was able to get the strike. Back to Chaminade, here's Chris Erb. Lane 5. That ball spins left, knocks down all 10. St. John the Baptist. And a nice shot from Eli Greff to complete the spare on lane 6. Greff with only 1 open frame. And the 5 others, he has 5 spares. You're on lane 3, a spare for Chaminade. James Clark was able to complete that for Chaminade. Now here to lane 6, it's Connor Roscott. Gets down 9 pins, leaves that 10 pin remaining. Here's the spare attempt. Unable to convert. Spare attempt on lane 6 for Connor Roscott. And he gets it. Nickus on lane 6 had a strike for Chaminade just now. You can't see that on your screen, but here's a spare on lane 4 for Sebastiano Lejudice. On lane 5, Luke DeMaio leaves 3 standing. Here's lane 6, Michael Cohen. Leaves that 10 pin remaining, unhappy about it. There's Alex Fiorillo on lane 4 for the Chaminade A lane. Leaves 2 standing. Baby split. That 3 in the 10 pin. Here's Luke DeMaio for his spare attempt on lane 5 for the St. John the Baptist B lane. And he knocks down 2 of the 3 he needed on the tough split attempt. Here's Michael Cohen going for his spare for that 10th pin. And he knocks it down. Cohen's had some bad luck with splits, but able to take advantage of a good opportunity with the spare there. We're on lane 5 for the St. John the Baptist B lane. Elias Greff knocks down 8 of 10. Here's Chris Erb for his first shot on the 7th frame. And he gets a Brooklyn strike. Chris Erb's been playing well, only no open frames, and he has 6 strikes on his 7 frames. On the right side of your screen, it's Eli Greff for his spare on the B lane, and he misses it left. Leaves 2 standing. 1 pin left on lane 4 for the St. John the Baptist A lane. Now we're going to go back over to Kellenberg versus St. Anthony's. It's Lucas Bridges. Tough split. He's able to get 204 on lane 12. As I mentioned earlier, on that B lane for St. John or A lane for St. John the Baptist, excuse me, they had 1 pin left. They were able to convert the spare on lane 15. They're unable to knock down all of them. So shot for Kellenberg on lane 11, able to knock down only 1. There's Gavin Vlodarchik. Lane 13 gets a strike for St. Anthony's. On lane 12, able to complete the spare. Here's the Ambrosio. And he completes the spare. Shot for Kellenberg on lane 14, knocks down those 2 pins for the spare. You're on lane 12, a tough split for St. Anthony's, able to get 1 of 2. Lane 11 for the Firebirds. 8 pins that get knocked down, 2 remaining. 3 in the 6 pin stand. Here's Kellenberg. Leaves 2 shots up, leaves 2 pins up. Unable to complete the spare. Kellenberg on lane 11 for the spare, knocks down those 2 pins. shot for Kellenberg. Lane 12, leaves 3 pins standing. Back over to Chaminade and St. John the Baptist. One pin left for the spare for St. John's. Just misses it. Luke DeMaio can't complete it. As Connor Ross got a spare, Luke DeMaio is now up. For St. John the Baptist on lane 5. Here's Kieran Hickus on lane 6 for the Chaminade B squad. And he knocks down 8. 2 remaining right in front of each other. There's Luke DeMaio for St. John the Baptist. That ball spinning back towards the middle, but not enough. Leaves 3 pins up. Here's Hickus for his spare on lane 6. And he knocks him down. Chaminade 477 against St. John the Baptist 335 in the B lane. In the A lane, Chaminade leading at 513 to 393. The A lane for the St. Anthony's versus Kellenberg. St. Anthony's A squad leading at 437 to 321. St. John the Baptist on lane 5 here on the B lane. Eli Greff. That's a good roll, just leaves 1 pin up. See if he can complete that spare. Here's Michael Cohen on lane 6. He's been back on for the split, unable to get that pin on the right to fall. So an open frame for Cohen. Eli Greff going for his spare on the 5th lane. One pin remaining. And he's going to miss it out to the right. Now Erb for his first shot on the 9th frame. The anchor for the B squad. Goes back towards the left. Just barely misses a strike. Leaves those final 2 on the right side standing. Saw Erb get out to a fantastic start. Had a split on the 8th frame that he was unable to convert. So that was his first open frame. Now for his spare in the 9th frame, and he gets it. Only 1 open frame for Chris Erb. 1 more frame to go in the B lanes. Luke DeMaio here on lane 6. And he gets a strike. 496 to 377, the score on the B lane. Here's Kieran Hickus on lane 5, and he matches DeMaio with a strike of his own. On the A lane, the Flyers lead the Cougars 513 to 393. Luke DeMaio, after a strike on his 10th frame, going for his second 2 shots. And he can't convert 7 pins. So that ends the possibility of a 30-point strike for DeMaio, but looking to make it 10 with his second shot here on lane 6. 3rd shot for this frame. And he only gets 1 of them down. On the A lane for the Cougars, a strike. Ethan Asa. Here's Eli Greff, lane 6. Alex Fiorello on lane 4 gets a strike, and now Greff on lane 6. Leaves 1 pin standing. That 10 pin just wouldn't budge. Cullen can't complete his spare on lane 5. Or excuse me, now he's going for his first shot Spare couldn't be completed by Kieran Hickes. Cohen leaves one pin standing. Eli Greff on lane 10. Second shot on the 10th frame. Excuse me, lane 6, 10th frame. And he gets the spare. So he'll have one more shot to decide what the value of that spare will be. Michael Cohen going for his spare. Second shot, 10th frame, lane 5. And he knocks it down. A lane for the Flyers leading 533 to 412. The B lane leading 515 to 395. Here's Eli Greff on lane 6. Gets a strike. It's not going to go in on the score sheet as a strike. It's going to go as a 20-point spare on the 10th frame. Michael Cohen for the Flyers. Gets his shot to fall, making it a 20-point spare on the 10th frame. Connor Roscott for the St. John the Baptist. Gets a strike. So he'll have 2 more shots to increase the value of that strike. Joe Palladino on lane 4 for St. John the Baptist leaves 2 pins standing. Here on lane 5, it's Chris Erb. He leaves 1 standing. On lane 3, it's James Clark. He knocks down 8 for the A squad of Chaminade. Connor Roscott on the 6th lane leaves 2 up. Excuse me, 3. There's another one behind those 2 pins. And on lane 4, St. John the Baptist for the A-lane spare, unable to be completed by Joe Palladino. On lane 5, Erb for the spare, gets it. Erb with 1 more shot for this round. Connor Roscott gets the spare for St. John the Baptist, making it a 20-point strike on the 10th frame. You're on lane 4. It's Ethan Asa who gets the strike. There's Erb on lane 5, going for his 20-point spare, and he gets it. 222 from Chris Erb in game 1. You're on lane 3, spare attempt for Sebastiano Judice. On lane 4 for St. John the Baptist, Ethan Asa. Can only get 6 pins to fall, trying to make it a 20-point strike, excuse me, on the 10th frame. The Chaminade A lane, it's Alex Fiorillo on lane 3. And leaves that last pin dancing, couldn't quite get it to fall. It thought about it for a second. 1 more pin for the spare on lane 3. Going for the 20-point strike on lane 4. Can't get that final pin to fall. There's Fiorillo for his spare, and he puts it in the gutter, aiming for that 10 pin. Lane 4 for St. John the Baptist. Knocks down 7. Dylan Adamson leaves himself with a tough split. Adamson gets his ball. Chaminade won on the B lane. They're going to win on the A lane as well. Adamson can't complete that split, gets none of the pins down. So Chaminade undefeated on their 2 lanes after 1 frame. There's a look at the scoreboard. St. Anthony's leads Kellenberg on the A lane, and St. Anthony's already beat Kellenberg on the B lane. That game is over. Seems like they're fixing a scoring error. There's a look at the B lane score. 539 to 477 was the final in game 1.
I need that pretty soon. We all know the practice. I have caffeine. Give me a little more. I told you to cheer together. Go. Let's go. One at a time. Let's get this. Yo, I'm doing all 3.
St. John's on me! St. John's on 3! 1, 2, 3! St. John's! 1, 2, 3! 1, 2, 3! 1, 2, 3! 1!
Gary, we're chilling now.
I don't know what the holdup is over there for Kellenberg. Go back over to St. John the Baptist. Sheet, the name of Damian Torres. So he'll be filling in for Michael Cohen in game 2 on the B lane. Luke DeMeo here on the B lane. Gets 9 pins down on his first shot. Here's Kieran Hickus, lane 5, gets the strike. Luke DeMeo going for his spare. 4 pins still up. Tried to spin it back toward it, just didn't quite have enough. Use that last pin standing. 7 shots down for Damian Torres on his first shot of the day. There's Eli Greff, gets 9 down for St. John the Baptist. Damian Torres will have an attempt to complete his spare. Got 3 pins remaining. Spare on lane 3. James Clark couldn't quite complete it. He's 1 pin standing. Shot for Joe Palladino on lane 4, knocks down 8 of them. Torres was able to complete his spare on lane 6. On lane 6 will be St. John the Baptist. Connor Roscott gets a Brooklyn strike. Joe on lane 4, a spare attempt, and he knocks him down. Joe Palladino gets a spare. Here's Kieran Hickus, lane 6. Leaves leaves 2 pins standing. It's a baby split, the 3 and the 10 pin. There's Luke DeMeo. Lane 5, leaves 2 up. Kieran Hickus in his split attempt. And he will convert. Great shot from Hickus to complete the spare and avoid an open frame, marking on back-to-back frames to start off this game. Here's Ethan Asa. Leaves 1 pin standing on lane 4. You're on lane 6. 1 pin remains for Torres, Damian Torres. Four shot for St. John the Baptist on the A lane is knocked down. Dylan Adamson with the strike. Here's Torres for his spare on lane 6. Just barely missed it by a hair. On lane 4, the shot by Clark knocks down all of them. And on lane 5, Eli Greff, after gutterballing his first shot, gets 7 on his second. Here's Herb on lane 6. Unable to convert on that one. He's got 3 pins remaining. And a strike for Lejudice for the A lane for Chaminade. You're on the B lane for Connor Roscott for St. John the Baptist. Only gets a couple pins down on that shot. He'll have 5 remaining. Here's Herb for his spare on 6, and he knocks him down. Fiorillo on lane 4 gets his strike for the A lane of Chaminade. On lane 3, it's Ethan Asa. Leaves 3 pins standing. Lane 5, 5 pins remaining for Connor Roscott. Unable to complete the split, gets 3 out of the 5 down. There's not much you can do from that position. Did a good job there. Here's Luke DeMaio. And he gets the strike for St. John the Baptist. Hickus on lane 5 leaves a tough split attempt. Here's Adamson, lane 3, gets the strike. Back-to-back for Dylan Adamson. So a double to start off the second game. Here's Hickus going for the split. Had that impressive split last time, unable to do it again. Got close, just barely missed out on it. Gets 2 of the 3 remaining. On the B lane, Chaminade leading 104 to 77 so far. On the A lane, Chaminade leading it 97 to 83. Eli Greff gets his spare on lane 6. There's Damian Torres. 1 pin remaining on an impressive shot. Just barely couldn't get the strike. Connor Roscott, first shot on frame 3. Gets the strike. Big strike for St. John the Baptist B lane as they trail early. Game 2. Lejudice leaves 2 pins remaining. On lane 5, Torres just barely misses out on the spare, missing it to the right. Tamayo knocks down 9 of 10 on lane 6 on his first shot. Here's Chris Erb on lane 5 for his first shot. Gets the strike. Erb with 3 strikes. Excuse me. 2 strikes through 3 frames. He's marked on all 3 so far. Fiorillo on lane 3 for the A lane for Chaminade. Gets the strike as that last pin on the left just kind of started sliding over to that 10 pin, knocking it down. A little luck there from Fiorillo. And a strike on the for Dylan Adamson with 3 straight. Chaminade fixing the scorecard on their B lane. Here on the A lane, it's Joe Palladino for St. John the Baptist, leaves 2 pins standing. 4 pins standing for Chaminade on the A lane. It was James Clark who left that. A tough shot coming up for him.
What are you trying to pick?
Clark can't get his spare, misses that 10 pin. Here on the A lane, it's Sebastiano. And 4, there's 1 pin standing. Judice, rather simple spare attempt coming up. Sometimes those can be the hardest ones though. When it's 1 pin, there's no room for a miss. Gotta knock it down. Is Judice for his spare, and he knocks it down. Beats the spare. He's marked on all 4 frames so far. Strike, strike, spare, spare the order. The A lane for Chaminade leading. St. John the Baptist A lane 181 to 144 for the B lane. Chaminade leading at 133 to 91. Fiorillo, lane 4, 3 pin stand. Aaron Hickus up next for Chaminade on the B lane. Fiorillo on the A lane for Flyers, lane 4, gets his spare. He's marked on every frame so far. Spare, strike, strike, spare. Here's Hickus, lane 6. Leaves 3 standing. Excuse me, 2. One more fell over. Joe Palladino knocks down 7. Now over to St. Anthony's versus Kellenberg match as they're just getting underway in game 2. Boxer, shot gets a strike on lane 11. Spare attempt on lane 14, misses to the left of the pin. First shot on lane 14. Gets 8, pins down, leaves a tough split coming up. Here's Mahoney on lane 13, leaves 8, excuse me, leaves 2, gets 8. Ippolito, shot there on lane 13, lane 11. Leads by 1 pin on the A lane, 26 to 25 after 1 frame. Quinn Peters on lane 14 gets a strike. Matt Ippolito on lane 11 gets the strike. Leading on the A lane right now. St. Anthony's, though, has a strike that needs to be registered from Emmett Boxer. St. Anthony's on the B lane, leads it. Chaminade leading St. John the Baptist match 2-0. St. Anthony's leading against Kellenberg 2-0. Chaminade and St. Anthony's played in the championship last year. St. Anthony's came out victorious. So if they were to meet up again, things tend to keep going how they've been going so far with Chaminade and St. Anthony's winning. They would have a rematch, which would be interesting. On lane 14, strike. On lane 13 with the strike. It's back-to-back strikes for Quinn Peters to start it off. Lucas Bridges on lane 11 with a 10-7 split. They'll get the one on the left at 7 pin. Use that 10 pin standing. So an open frame for Lucas Bridges. Lane 13. 1 pin remains standing. Lane 14, a strike. That's Quinn Peters, his 3rd in a row against the Turkey to start off here in game number 2. Emmett Boxer. Shot, he gets a strike on lane 11. Good start to this one for him. He's gone strike, spare, strike. Lane 13. 4 pins get left standing. And he gets this shot to go down. On lane 12. Strike goes down for Kellenberg. A strike falls. Strike on lane 14 was Michael Galley for St. Anthony's. And on lane 11, shot for Kellenberg. Adam Polito leaves 3 pins standing. Update on the scoreboard in the St. John the Baptist Chaminade game. In the B lane, Chaminade leading at 257 to 193. In the A lane, Chaminade leads 402 to 331. Scoreboard in the A lane for the St. Anthony's versus Kellenberg game. St. Anthony's trailing by 5 against Kellenberg, 139 to 134. Lane 13 for St. Anthony's, 9 pins get knocked down. For Gavin Vodarchik. You're on lane 13 for St. Anthony's. 6 pins go down. 13, unable to complete that split. Mike Galley, that's there. Late 11, attempt for a spare. It's a tough split, able to get 4 of the 5 pins that were to the right side. Here's Emmett Boxer, lane 12, gets the spare for the St. Anthony's A. 156. St. Anthony's is 156. Kellenberg is 185 in the A. Lane 11 for St. Anthony's. 9 pins getting knocked down. For Lucas Bridges, just 1 more. The spare. And on lane 12 for Kellenberg, 8 pins get knocked down by Matt Ippolito. Get knocked down. That last one was wiggling for a little bit. Almost fell down just now. About 5 seconds after the bowl actually happened. It just barely stays up. Kellenberg on lane 12. Michael DeRosa, it's down 8 pins. Lane 13. John Sindel. Back to Chaminade and St. John the Baptist. Damian Torres gets down 8 pins. 2 pins left for his spare. Eli Greff has 2 pins left for his spare. Now on lane 4, split attempt for James Clark. Gets 2 out of the 3 he needed. Chaminade B leading 377 to 300 on the 8 lane. Chaminade leading 514 to 404. Damian Torres for the spare on lane 6, and he misses it left. Attempt for the spare on lane 3. It's unsuccessful for Joe Palladino. Sebastian Lejudice gets 7 pins down on lane 4. Here on lane 5, it's Connor Roscott gets the strike. Chris Erb, lane 6. That's a strike. Matches Roscott's strike with a strike of his own. Luke DeMeo on lane 6. First on lane 4, the Judice for his spare, and he gets it. DeMeo on lane 6, gets 8 pins down, leaves those last 2 on the left, the 4 and the 7 standing. Here's Hickes, lane 5 for his strike, and he gets it. .417 to 336, the B lane, first the Flyers lead it. On the A lane, 531 to 414. Juche gets 9 on lane 4. To make his spare, a 19-point spare. He's there in the 10th frame on the A lane. 9 pins get knocked down by Damian Torres. Needs the 7 pin for his spare. Fiorillo on lane 4 gets 9. One more standing on the 10th frame. Eli Greff knocks down a couple pins, but still has a lot more remaining. Needs 5 more for his spare. On lane 5, it's Damian Torres who needs 1 more. Here's Fiorillo for his spare. On lane 4, he gets it. Now here's Torres on lane 5. Not enough spin, misses to the right. Here's Greff on lane 6 for his spare. Needs 5 pins and just barely completes it. Couldn't get that 10 pin to fall. Fiorillo gets all 10 down to make it a 20-point spare. Putting up a 246 on the A lane for the Flyers as they win game 2. To the B lane, it's Herb gets a strike on lane 5. Connor Roscott on lane 6. One for the strike. Leaves the 10 pin standing. Roscott for his spare. 10 pin remaining. Lane 6. And he knocks it down. To the 10th frame. Chaminade versus St. John the Baptist in the B lane. Chaminade winning at 456 to 365. Here's Kieran Hickus. Gets 9 pins to fall. Seven pins get knocked down by Luke DeMaio on 5th lane. Here's Kieran Hickus for his spare. He converts it. 476 to 372 the score on lane 6. The Chaminade B lane against St. John the Baptist B lane. Here's Kieran Hickus for his 3rd shot on the 10th frame after his spare. DeMaio on lane 5, can't get the spare to go, misses all 3 of the pins. Here's Hickus on lane 6, he knocks all 10 down for the 20-point spare. Now Damian Torres will be up on lane 6. On lane 5, it will be Eli Greff. Here's the 10 pin standing, gets 9 of them. Now Damian Torres. And he gets it to fall. Gets a strike, you'll have 2 more shots for the 10th frame. Eli Greff needs that 10 pin down for his spare. Here's his spare attempt. Misses it to the left. Damian Torres for his 2nd shot after the strike on frame 10. Knocks down 6. One more shot. He's got 4 pins left to make it a 20-point strike on the 10th frame. And a strike for Connor Roscott on the 10th frame. Chaminade has won each of their 2 matches against St. John the Baptist in the regular season 9-0. There's Damian Torres for his 20-point strike, but he can't get that 10 pin down. There's Chris Erb on the 10th frame, who's only failed to mark on the 4th frame. Other than that, he's been pretty much flawless. 1 spare on frame 2, but other than that, all strikes. Here he is on the last frame. And just 1 pin stands. He really wanted that strike. Close off a very good match right now He's got 185. Here's Connor Roscott for the spare on lane 5. Can't get it. Gets 2 out of the 4. Here's Herb on the 6th lane, and he knocks it down. 5:34 to 4:09 to score. Chris Herb will have one more shot. Chaminade has already sealed the victory on the B lane. Let's see if Herb can go for a little personal achievement to just boost his already outstanding performance. And he gets the 20-point spare on the 10th frame. A 225, back-to-back 225s from Chris Herb. 5:44 to 4:09, the final score in the B lane for Chaminade. Chaminade winning this match 4-0 overall. They've won on both the A lane and the B lane back-to-back times now. Now back over to Kellenberg versus St. Anthony's. Very tight matchup in the A lane right now, 336 to 335. B lane, it's Kellenberg leading St. Anthony's. And then lane 12, 9 pins get knocked down. One more standing. Brandon Boxer. Matt Ippolito gets the spare on lane 11.
We're bringing back the jersey. Bringing back jersey.
3 pins standing on lane 13 for St. Anthony's. On lane 11 for Kellenberg, a strike. Mike Ippolito knocks down all 10. Excuse me, Michael DeRosa.
Bring back jersey right now.
You're gonna go 3 minutes, and then you're gonna change the lane.
2 more frames
St. John's
for
on
the
me,
B
St. John's
lane.
on 3, 1, 2,
Kellenberg
3.
versus St. Anthony's. They're on lane 11. 9 pins get knocked down from Kellenberg's Connor Volpicello. They're on lane 13. 9 pins get knocked down. The St. Anthony's B squad. On lane 14, a strike for Kellenberg. Quinn Peters gets the strike there. He's had a pretty good round. 2:04 right now and 1 frame to play. Chance to put up a really good number. Wodarczyk, lane 14, gets a strike for St. Anthony's. Excuse me, that last pin in the corner didn't knock down. Can't tell from this camera angle or the angle where I am. It was shown up on the screen. On lane 12, a strike for Kellenberg. You're on lane 13, just misses to the left. Shot. Johnson Doan. On lane 14, a strike. gets the strike on lane 11 for St. Anthony's. Anthony's trailing on the A lane. St. Anthony's trailing as well on the B lane. On lane 11, 9 pins get knocked down for the Friars. Emmett Boxer. Lucas Bridges for the spare. Excuse me, Lucas Bridges' first shot on lane 12, knocks down 9. You have to knock down that 7 pin for his spare. There's Boxer, excuse me, on lane 11 for his spare. Knocks it down. They're on lane 12, Bridges, that 7 pin. Trying to spin it right to left here. See if you can get it to work. Just barely misses to the right. So an open frame for Lucas Bridges. That'll be Vinny Ferrara up. It's getting close down the stretch here on the A lane. Kellenberg versus St. Anthony's here on lane 11. 9 pins getting knocked down for Matt Ippolito. On lane 12, Vinny Ferrara knocks down 9. Ippolito for his spare on lane 11. He's unsuccessful, missing to the right, left, excuse me. There's Boxer for his spare, excuse me, Ferrara for his spare, can't convert. Emmett Boxer up now for St. Anthony's for his last frame. A lane. Mike DeRosa up for Kellenberg. Knocks down 9 on his first shot. Boxer gets a strike on lane 12, so he's got 2 shots to try to increase the value of this strike. Kellenberg in the lead. Frame. It's tough for St. Anthony's to come back, but it is possible. Here's Boxer on lane 12. He knocks down 9 of 10. On lane 11, the spare for Kellenberg, and they knock it down. So Mike DeRosa is 181 right now, looking to complete this 10th frame strongly with a good shot to increase the value of his 10th frame spare. Kellenberg is 481, St. Anthony's with 479. And that last shot for Boxer is knocked down. He bowls a 184, and St. Anthony's has 480 to complete their game. So Kellenberg will come out on top in the A lane. Knocks down 6. For his second shot on frame 10, looking for the spare. It's a tough shot. 4 pins remaining, all scattered around. Just barely misses that tough split shot. Knocks down 3 of the 4 he needed. Kellenberg will take that game on the A lane. Back over to Chaminade versus St. John the Baptist. Chaminade winning on the B lane 56-47. Excuse me, they're trailing 56-47 on the B lane. Made a change in the lineup. Chaminade have Sebastiano Giudice on the B lane for this round. Alex Fiorello on lane 3 gets the spare. Giudice with the spare on lane 5 on frame 2, and now the spare on lane 6. Ethan Asa. Here's Chris Erb on lane 5. Gets a strike. Clark gets 9 pins down on lane 4. Vickus gets 8 down on lane 6. He's got the 6 and the 10 remaining. 3 pins left for DeMaio in his 3rd frame. Michael Cohen back into the lineup for Chaminade. He replaces Giudice on lane A as Giudice makes the move to lane B. Hickus knocks down the final 2 on the right side for his spare. There's DeMaio for his spare. He gets 2 of the 3 he needed. A little unlucky that last pin, that front pin that he knocked down didn't hit the back pin. So unable to complete the spare. On the A lane, Chaminade leads 116-95. Brendan Jackson into the game on the B lane for St. John the Baptist. He knocks down 8 pins on lane 5. Here on lane 3, a shot from Connor Roscott gets the strike. Here's Alex Fiorillo on lane 4, knocks down 9 of 10. Brendan Jackson, lane 5 for his spare. And he gets 1 of the 2. Giudice completes the spare, knocks down the 3 he needed. 3 straight marks for Sebastiano Giudice here on the B lane. Here's Ethan Asa. Gets 7 down on lane 5. Here's Chris Erb on lane 6. And he gets a strike. That's back-to-back for Erb. That Chaminade now in front on the B lane. It's 124 to 123. So they hold a slim lead. With Joe Palladino on lane 4, he knocks down 7. Now on lane 5, it's Ethan Asa. He knocks down 2 of 3. Failing to mark on the 3rd frame. Kieran Hickus will go next for the B lane on lane 5 for the Flyers. There's Luke DeMaio, lane 6 for St. John the Baptist. Knocks down 6 on lane 6. And now here's Kieran Hickus on lane 5. He knocks down 7. There's Palladino on the 4th lane. Leaves 1 standing. Hickus for his spare, needs the 3 pins on the right. Then he gets the spare. Luke DeMaio for his spare, he needs the 4, and he gets it. Nice spare from Luke DeMaio. Fiorillo on the 3rd lane. He knocks down all 10 for the strike. Here's Lejudice. A lefty shot. Knocks down all 10 on lane 5 for his strike. Lejudice's gone strike, spare, strike. Here on his debut today here on the B lane. Brendan Jackson, lane 6. With some nice right to left spin. Knocks down 8 pins, leaves 2 on the right. Here's Herb on lane 5. Seems like not enough velocity there on that shot. Leaves 3 on the right. Remaining. Here's Jackson for his spare on lane 6. Barely missing to the left. Shot from Adamson, knocks down 8 on lane 4. Here's Herb for his spare on lane 5. Knocks down 2 of 3. A nice shot from Ethan Asa. Leaves 1 standing. Adamson unable to convert on his spare attempt. Here's Joe Paladino on lane 3. And he gets the strike as that last one wiggles but then falls down. Ethan Asa gets his spare on lane 6. Mayo will go now on lane 5. Kieran Hickus on lane 6. Here's Hickus. Leaves 1 pin standing. Here's Luke DeMaio, frame 5. Frame 5 and on lane 5. Here's his shot. Knocks down 6. The A lane for St. John the Baptist. 6 pins get knocked down by Connor Raska. Michael Cohen needs 1 more pin for his spare on lane 4. Here's Lejudice. Gets his strike as that last pin gets knocked down by a pin swiping across the lane to complete the strike. Cohen unable to complete his spare on lane 4. On lane 3, Roscott not able to complete his spare. And on lane 5, Brendan Jackson, fresh set of pins for his first shot, and he puts it in the gutter on that right side. Here's Chris Erb. He gets the strike. Dylan Adamson knocks down 8 of 10. Brendan Jackson, lane 5. His second shot with a fresh set of pins after the gutter ball. He gets 8 down. We'll switch our view over here from Chaminade versus St. John the Baptist to St. Anthony's versus Kellenberg. Halford tuned in for St. Anthony's. He gets 2 pins down on his second shot after the 7 split on his first one. On lane 12, 8 pins get knocked down by Vinny Ferraro. Now Mike DeRosa. Lane 11. That's 9 down. Ferrara for his tricky split attempt. And he'll just knock down 1, take his medicine. Now Emmett Boxer will be up on lane 12. We're on lane 13, a spare for Kellenberg, and on lane 14, a spare for St. Anthony. So trading spares on 13 and 14 are Quinn Peters and Anthony Mahoney. now on those lanes. Spares with Michael Galley. Here on lane 11. Kellenberg with the shot, knocks down 8. Connor Volpicello instead of 8 comes down. Lane 13, tough split attempt. 2 pins of the 4 remaining get knocked down by Quinn Peters. On lane 14, 8 pins get knocked down. Baby split, 310. And on lane 13, baby split is definitely not how I described that, a 710. 2 different stories on 13 and 14. They're on lane 11. It's Connor Halford. It's now 9 for St. Anthony's. Now on lane 12 for Kellenberg. It's Matt Ippolito. That's 8 down. Another ball on lane 14. Johnson Doan. Connor Halford unable to complete his spare on lane 11. Lane 13 shot for St. Anthony's. 1 pin remains for Lucas Bridges. As Bridges has moved over to the B lane now. There's a spare on lane 12 for Kellenberg. Vinny Ferrara, lane 11, gets the strike. Kellenberg, lane 14, 9 pins down on the first shot. Six pins get knocked down on lane 11. Quick update on the matches for St. John the Baptist versus Chaminade. B lane, Chaminade winning 339 to 247 on the A lane. Chaminade leads at 333 to 260. Lane 12, it's Connor Volpicello. There's Matt Ippolito, lane 11. Gets the strike for Kellenberg. On lane 12, 9 pins knocked down by Connor Halford. Lane 14, spare attempt for St. Anthony's. Bridges knocks it down. Here's Mike DeRosa for Kellenberg, lane 11, fresh set of pins, first shot. Leaves that middle pin standing. They're on lane 13, spare attempt, misses to the left. For John Sindone. Lane 12, spare attempt is unsuccessful as well. Knocked down on lane 12 for St. Anthony's. Denny Ferraro up on lane 12. One pin remaining for Mike DeRosa on lane 11. Here he is for his spare. And he knocks it down. On the A lane, St. Anthony's trails 96-88 against Kellenberg. Stuck in the gutter in between lane 13 and 14. Oh, it's actually a pin in the gutter on lane 13. Maintenance guy comes over, takes care of that issue. It seems to be that there's a pin stuck in the gutter here on the Chaminade B lane as well, actually. Let's see if they resolve that, or if play will just continue. One pin remaining here on lane 13. Quinn Peters for the Firebirds. On lane 12, Matt Ippolito knocks down 8. 6 and the 10 pin remain. For his spare on lane 11, and knocks it down for St. Anthony's. We're back over to the Chaminade versus St. John the Baptist side. Aaron Hickes knocks down 9 of 10 on his first shot. Luke DeMaio gets a strike on lane 5. Dylan Adamson knocks down 9. His first shot on lane 3. Here comes the maintenance guy to fix that issue with the pin in that right gutter. There's Adamson, gets the spare on lane 3. Hickes for his spare. 7 pin remains. Spins it back to the left side, knocks it down. Chaminade leading on the A and B lane right now. A pretty significant margin. Chaminade seems to be cruising to a victory and an advancement to the finals. Back here tomorrow at Wantagh Lanes. Right here on T&D Sports Video Productions. Sebastiano Giudice with a strike on frame 9. Chris Erb on lane 6. Failed spare attempt over there on lane 3 for James Clark. Erb knocks down 6 on his shot. There's Michael Cohen on lane 3 for his first shot. Knocks down 7. The last frame over there on that A lane. A-lane closing out frame number 9 currently, and then they have one more. A spare for Brendan Jackson on lane 5. Now Chris Erb on lane 6. Only quite got the spare, knocks down 3 of the 4. Here on lane 4, it's Connor Roscott, gets 9 pins down. On lane 5, it's Ethan Asa, who throws his first shot in the gutter. Ethan Asa, ready for his second shot. Wait for Connor Roscott. Try to complete a spare. He knocks it down. That's spare on frame 10, so we'll have one more shot. Asa gets a spare after his first shot gutter ball on lane 5. Luke DeMaio on lane 6, knocks down 6 pins. Connor Roscott completes the 20-point spare as he knocks down all 10 in his third shot on frame 10. There's Kieran Hickus, lane 5. First Chaminade B, knocks down 8. There's Luke DeMaio, 8-6, can't convert. This is his 4 pins. And a strike on lane 4 for Adamson. Here's Hickus for his baby split attempt of 3-10. Unable to convert. Brendan Jackson, unable to knock him down. These 3 remaining after his first shot. Sebastiano Lujudice on lane 5 for the B squad. Chaminade has already won on A squad. So that guarantees Chaminade will win this match. So Chaminade will be heading right back here tomorrow to play against the winner of Kellenberg versus St. Anthony's. Brendan Jackson unable to convert on his spare. Adamson was able to get his second straight strike on the 10th frame. Ethan Asa with a 20-point spare on the 10th frame. Here's Sebastiano Lujudice. After his strike on frame 10, his second shot, another strike, so he'll have a chance for a 30-point strike after the pins are reset. Sebastiano's shot was for the 20-point spare. Look at that. Dylan Adamson got a 30-point strike in the 10th frame. Chaminade will still win on the A lane. There's no way that they could have won that. Adamson goes down with as much effort as possible. Now it's Chris Erb on lane 5, gets the spare. Who's Ethan Asa gets the spare on 10th frame. We'll have one more shot. Excuse me, that was his last shot against the 10-point spare. Strike, excuse me. Chris Erb going for his 10-point spare now on lane 5. Knocks them all down, so that will complete it. Chris Erb, a 20-point spare on the 10th frame, and Chaminade will be right back here tomorrow, like I said earlier, to take on the winner of Kellenberg versus St. Anthony's. Frame, 7 pins get knocked down. You're on the 11th. A strike for Emmett Boxer. Mike DeRosa trying to complete his spare. Lane 12, a great split shot from Anthony Mahoney for St. Anthony's. You're on lane 12. Rosa for his spare attempt, unable to succeed, gets 1 out of 3 down. On lane 13, 8 pins knocked down by John Sindone. There's Lucas Bridges, lane 14, gets a strike. Lane 13, that ball hit the pin that was in the gutter. Lane 14, a strike for St. Anthony's. It's Michael Galley for St. Anthony's with that strike. And on lane 11, a strike for Kellenberg. Matt Ippolito knocks down all 10. 2 pins remain on the right side, 12th lane. Connor Halfin misses him to the left. And Peters will be up on lane 13. You're on lane 11. Shot for Kellenberg, 8 pins knocked down by Andrew Lee. Mike DeRosa with a baby split on lane 11. There's Ferrara, gets the spare, a nice shot. Ferrara on frame 7. Knocks down those last 2. You're on lane 11. This is to the right. Good effort from DeRosa, but unable to complete the spare. You're on 13. It's Gradarchik. Knocks down 9. 1 pin remains. And the boxer on the 12th lane gets the strike. Gradarchik completes the spare. Down for Kellenberg. Here's Lucas Bridges, lane 13, knocks down 6, leaves 4. Misses to the left. We're on lane 13. The spare attempt is completed successfully by Lucas Bridges. Split attempt on lane 11, unsuccessful, but gets 1 pin down. That was Connor Volpicello for Kellenberg. On lane 11, now 7 pins get knocked down on lane 13. Split on lane 11. pins get knocked down on lane 12. Matt Ippolito. They're on lane 11. And a strike for Ferrara. On lane 12 for the spare, only gets one down. Matt Ippolito for Kellenberg. That's a 7 on that frame. On lane 11, a strike for St. Anthony's. Emmett Boxer. On lane 12. Shot by DeRosa, gets 8 pins down. And a strike on lane 14. Lane 12, 2 pins remain. DeRosa. Leading his ball off. Here he goes. And he puts it in the gutter. Kellenberg leading it on A lane, 377 to 360. B lane, 7 pins get knocked down for Kellenberg. By Quinn Peters. And on lane 12, a strike. Connor Volpicello gets all 10 down, and the spare completed by Peters on lane 13. One pin remains here on lane 12 as an unsuccessful spare attempt there. Excuse me, that was the first shot. There will be a spare attempt coming up. Lane 11. Strike. Mike DeRosa completes it. Now Vinny Ferrara, lane 12. Gets the strike. On lane 13, a spare for Wlodarczyk. To 11, it's Volpicello. Gets down 9. And on 12, a strike. Emmett Boxer gets all 10 to fall. Wlodarczyk on lane 13 gets down 9. 10 pins standing. Volpicello going for his spare for Kellenberg on lane 11. Misses it to the left. 425 to 420 the score. Heading into the 10th frame. On the A lane, overall score is 2-2. score is 502 to 455. Lane 12, a strike. Matt Ippolito. There's Bridges, lane 13 for the spare, gets 204. On lane 11, Alphen misses out on a spare, just misses to the right. Kellenberg in the lead. A strike there on lane 14, Quinn Peters. They'll have 2 shots coming up now. On lane 11, it's Ferrara, gets a strike. Oh, excuse me, one more pin. Stands for his spare on lane 11. St. Anthony's in the lead on the A lane now, 465 to 459. On lane 14, 6 pins get knocked down for Kellenberg. Quinn Peters. Spare for Ferrara on lane 11. On lane 12, 9 pins knocked down by Mike DeRosa. Lane 13, a strike for St. Anthony's. Anthony Mahoney. On lane 11, 8 pins get knocked down. One pin stands on lane 12. Spare attempt on lane 14, unsuccessful for Quinn Peters. For the spare, gets it down. Mike DeRosa with the spare for Kellenberg. Here on lane 11, a strike for Emmett Boxer. St. Anthony's takes the lead with that strike on the A lane. Lane 13, 9 pins down. So the game has ended over on lane 13 and 14 for the B lane. St. Anthony's wins that. And a strike for Boxer. Boxer for his 30-point strike. And he gets it! Emmett Boxer bowls a 224. 535 points put up for St. Anthony's. Connor Volpicello, lane 12. Gets 5 pins. Very important shot coming up. He's going to need to mark here. Wiping his ball down. Here he goes. And he did it. Gets the spare. One more shot for Volpicello to try to make that spare a 20-point spare. And he knocks down 7. Goal of 200. St. Anthony's will win. On the A lane and the B lane. So with that, St. Anthony's will advance to play Chaminade in the championship tomorrow, right here at Wantagh Lanes. Very close game between St. Anthony's and Kellenberg. But the Friars will come out on top. So the stage is set for tomorrow. The Chaminade Flyers taking on the St. Anthony's Friars right here at Wantagh Lanes tomorrow. TND Sports Video Productions. Right here again. So that will do it. I'm Tommy Baldacchino saying good night.